So I've got the Zendure booth behind me. I was talking to my friend JD over there. We're very excited about the Zendure SuperBase V because it's the only unit that's been announced so far where you can get a single unit and actually output 240 volts with the one unit. We all thought with the Bluetti AC500 that it had that 50 amp output plug on it, that was for 240 volt, and it definitely is not. And that's not a knock on Bluetti, I'm just saying this is the one that can do 240 volt power with a single unit, which is the SuperBase V. Now it hasn't launched yet, it's still on Kickstarter or Indiegogo, whichever one it is, but I'm excited to see it here and see how it's expandable and stuff like that, and eventually we should have that on the channel here to where we can test it and review it running an entire house and see how well it does. It needs to be said that the 240 volt output, if I remember correctly, is only rated to 16 amps. So it's not like you just buy one unit and you're 100% good to go. You need to know what your power needs are, and that's what we help you do at Powered Portable Solar. So make sure to go check that out. But I want to go see this booth, so let's go right over. All right, guys, so this is the SuperBase V. I'm at the Zendure booth. This is a pretty incredible setup. So you can see this is a pretty sizable system. It's probably close to 30 inches deep. It's about the same width as like a Delta Pro, and it's got these caster wheels built onto it. One of the cool features about this one is it actually has a built-in motor for the wheels, and so you can actually drive it around. So if you're concerned at all about being able to move it, it makes it really easy to move. Now going upstairs, that's a whole different thing. And they have two different versions. This one here is the V6400. This is the one that I'm planning on getting. And then this is the V4600. And they basically just have a different battery type inside of them. But the expandability is incredible. And I just think this is one of the coolest stacking systems that exists. Well, I guess it technically doesn't exist because this is still on Kickstarter or whatever it is right now, and so it's pretty incredible. Right here we've got the 240 volt AC output. I'm not sure if I can open that. So here on the front we can see we've got 4 normal outlets, and then here we've got a 240 volt 16 amp right here. Same with right here. So we have the TT30, which is for the RV, and that's 120 volt. And then here we've got the 240 volt. So this is a 16 amp output, and this is a 30 amp output right here. This is basically their smart home panel. So you can use up to 10 different circuits from your electrical panel in order to basically have this run your entire house. And it's expandable with multiple units, so that way you can get higher output through the inverter. And even here, they've pre-built in an EV outlet, and all this connection right here is just really easy to do. I like that they're keeping it simple. And according to what they advertise, you can get up to 64 kilowatt hours of battery and up to 7,600 watts of output. The big thing is the max input. JD, I have a question. What is the solar input on a single SuperBase V?
Yeah, the XT90.
So it's an XT90 plug.
Yeah.
How many watts?
The biggest one you can put is 3,000 watts into it.
3,000 watts.
Yeah.
So and you can put 2 units together, right?
Yeah.
And so with that you could have up to 6,000 watts of input.
Of course, that makes sure that you have 6,000.
Right.
Right.
Yep.
3,000 for one, 3,000 for one.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then an individual unit can do 240 volts as well.
Yes.
But if you have 2 of them, you double the amperage, so that way you're getting the 7,600 watts output.
Yes.
So 3,800 watt inverter each unit. Yeah. And what's the maximum kilowatt hours of battery with just
64 kilowatt hour.
And that with 2 units or with 1?
2 units with the 8 batteries.
You decide on which one you want based on the life cycles, right? How long you want it to last?
Yeah. 6.4, as you see, the same size, but it is different capacity. So 6.4 is more compact.
Right.
4.6 is lithium batteries, so you have the more life cycles.
Okay.
So
got it.
The price is cheaper.
And the price is cheaper on the Life PO4, but it's heavier. So if you wanted something not as portable, or that you only moved one time, you'd probably want the 6400.
Yeah, so if you have a higher request on these batteries.
Okay.
But most of the families, I think, is 4.6 with like a 2 or 3 batteries is enough for like a household.
Yeah, so it just depends on what your needs are. So if you just want to run your fridge and freezer, you could go with the smaller unit. But if you wanted to go off grid, right, you could go with something like that.
Depends on your usage.
Yeah, it depends on your usage.
Yeah.
So if you're heating with with propane, not electric heat. It's going to be a lot easier. Yep, not using space heaters, right?
Yeah.
And so, okay, I love this way this stacks. I think it looks very sleek. That's one of the major problems I've had with other units is the cable management.
Yeah.
Some of the cables.
But right now it's just save a lot of space.
Yeah, this stacking is incredible because other ones you have to have these huge cables that are unwieldy, and so let's say I have it connected to my house,
Yeah.
right, using the smart panel.
Yes.
Am I able to still use these outlets, or does it all need to go through there?
If you want to connect with your household devices, you have to connect.
Okay, so I couldn't plug another item into this while that's being used.
Yes.
Okay.
So this is a must.
Okay.
But because right now all these systems is not connected with the grid, so it's off the grid.
Off grid. Yep.
Off the grid.
Yep.
So, but you can connect it with your whole household systems.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
But in the next part of this year, we are coming up with a system which is connected with the grid.
So you can do net metering?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah. We are
Okay.
with that product.
That's pretty amazing news. So sometime this year, a system that can do net metering. So this would act as a backup, like an auto backup,
or upgrades households in energy independence.
while reducing your electricity bill.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the next step I think in the
Next
industry.
step is connect with the wire so that you can connect with your solar systems, and then you can come back to the grid.
So it's paying for itself a lot faster that way. That's pretty incredible. I think this is a killer system. I think it looks awesome.
This system is more like a house independence or emergency power, and also some of the big RV users, they need like one battery as a backup and also portable.
Yeah, because a lot of my viewers want it for their RV, but when the power's out, they also want to run their fridge and freezer.
Yes.
So they want to be able to use it for both.
Either.
This does that. So you can use your phone, the app, and actually drive the unit around.
Yes, you don't need, because it has the electricity motor.
Let me grab my camera.
Easy.
So you can pull it. And see, he's driving it with his phone. It looks like a droid out of Star Wars. That's crazy. Oh, and it actually has a stop. It automatically stopped to not hit that guy's leg. Well, depending on your power needs, this is definitely a system that you may want to consider. As long as the inverter is big enough for what your needs are, this battery system is absolutely incredible in my opinion. Very similar to how the original Titan, the batteries would stack on. I think that's where Titan really changed the industry, was having the stackable batteries, and now we're seeing that in more and more places. And this just looks really impressive. So I'm excited to test this in the near future. We'll see when I'm able to get one of those and order it. So thanks for being here, guys. Be prepared. See y'all in the next one.